Mr. Goggins claims he's never had any complaints until Mr. Vance moved into the building and says he doesn't owe the plaintiff anything.
All right, Mr. Vance, let's talk about the $650 you want from Mr. Goggins.
That's about what I spent on insulating my wall in my master bedroom.
And you're saying if you did that, why should I have to pay?
Exactly.
Okay. Why shouldn't you pay if you're causing a noise problem?
I shouldn't have to pay because this gentleman over here, Mr. Walter, he's actually phoned the police on me twice. So I've received 2 citations, which total to the amount of about $600 each.
After the second time, why wouldn't you adjust what you're doing in your abode so you're not impacting the use and enjoyment of his abode?
Well, sir, I actually did adjust my music volume.
What did you do?
The noise reduction. I pretty much just turned down my music from a few decibels to where it was set inside of I have a home studio, so I record music there inside the home studio.
Was it just 2 occasions?
Yeah. Yes, sir. Just
and
2.
then what happened after that?
It was settled down for a day. So, and when I say settled down, I just mean lowered. But it would still be at odd times of the day.
What time of the day are we talking about here?
Noon, 9 o'clock at night, sometimes even 3 in the morning.
But tell me about 3 a.m.
That was the first time I called the cops, when it was at 3 a.m. It was ridiculous.
And I take it you weren't satisfied with how this is unfolding after calling the cops, and so you take it upon yourself to say, fine, I'll soundproof my own unit?
Yes, sir.
You have proof that it was $650?
Yes, sir.
Did you have to pay you had to pay $650 for these citation amounts, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you paid those, yes?
Yeah, around about the same amount, $600. And may I make a statement to you, Judge?
Yes, sir.
His claim of at 3 a.m. is completely false.
Coming up on America's Court.
So rather than having you continuously pay money, he said, I tell you what, let's do it this way, which actually sounds pretty reasonable to me.
Closed captioning provided by. This is America's Court with Judge Ross. America's Court is back with the case of Walter Vance, who is suing Scott Goggins for private nuisance.
I actually have my citations as well.
I'll see that.
Yeah,
please.
Sure. These incidents between me and this gentleman regarding noise, this happened during the day when he ended up phoning the police. His complaints would generally be around possibly about 3 p.m. His very first complaint to me was around 3 p.m.
Well, this one, because they're using military time, 23:30. That's 11:30.
That's 11:30.
p.m.
p.m.
That's kind of late.
Yeah. And I apologize to Mr. Walter about that. According to my lease agreement, we're allowed to make noise business between the hours.
The second one is 01:50.
Yeah, not 3 a.m.
No, it's 1:50 a.m.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
Look, I'm sorry. Since that point onward, since the citations that I've received.
Well, he's saying to you, I accept your apology.
Yeah.
Write me a check.
Yeah, but I'm saying to him that since that noise has been reduced and me paying $600, I've also made the effort to reduce the noise in my apartment. He hasn't phoned the police on me since.
He hasn't phoned the police since he installed the soundproofing materials. Is that a fair statement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Because if I'm looking at these dates, one's in December, one's in January, and you haven't had any other additional complaints.
No, sir.
All right. So rather than having you continuously pay money, he said, I tell you what, let's do it this way, which actually sounds pretty reasonable to me.
Judge Ross's verdict when America's Court returns. You're watching America's Court with Judge Ross. This is America's Court with Judge Ross.
Why couldn't we just split the cost?
Well, my statement is that I've made the adjustment regarding my music. He had his wall built in March, which is great for him, but I shouldn't have to incur a cost for something that he made a choice to do inside of his personal private space.
I know. How dare him try to enjoy his place of residency? How dare him expect to have some quiet, to be able to entertain, to sleep, to listen to his own music? Who does he think he is?
No, I completely can empathize with him.
You don't get what I'm saying. That totally went over your head, sir. Based on the evidence and the testimony before this court, the gavel has to come down to, well, we have to come to this point of understanding what a private nuisance is. Has he established that there was harm? Yes, because if he goes to these measures, then that means this was a problem that had to be resolved. So when I look at each of these elements, he's able to check that box, and then these notice of violations substantiate what he's saying. So I have to rule the gavel must come down in favor of the plaintiff. You're going to have to pay him, sir, that $650, and hopefully that'll be the end of it. But that is the order. Case closed.
Judge Ross has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant has been ordered to pay $650.
Thank you, Judge Ross. Now I can enjoy my peace and quiet.
Considering the money and the clients that I lost from Walter calling the cops, looks like I'm paying for his condo renovation.
Today on America's Court with Judge Ross.
He's acting like I knew about his family situation, like this was a personal statement.
Here's what's happening right now.
Hold it!
I said, And even here, you were like, I'm going to say what I have to say anyway. Screw you, Judge. In my courtroom, it's about equity and fairness. You want him to pay $628?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, knock my socks off. Justice should be more than just some foreign concept. I actually want you to learn something. The law talks about something may in fact be true, but can they prove it? And that's what's tough.
Fair, firm, compassionate. This is America's Court with Judge Ross.